Hey everyone, what's going on? Nexius here. So last night I actually finished the Lucid Nightmare Secret Mount Riddle. It was by far one of the most enjoyable things I've done in this game, and I will definitely remember this kind of thing. Of course, PvP, raiding, and all this stuff, this is something we do on a regular basis. We're kind of bored of it, it's nothing special. But this Secret Mount Riddle, it was a lot of fun, it was very different. I very much enjoyed it, and I want to let you guys know how you can do this as well to get your Lucid Nightmare. So I ended up recording my entire journey, and I just want to give you guys a quick video guide here to show exactly how you can complete this and pick up your little secret riddle. Keep in mind, it will take a couple of hours, so you might want to set aside some time, at least towards the end. You do not have to do all of this at once, but near towards the end, you definitely want to save some hours in one sitting. So, to begin the Secret Mount Riddle, the first clue is found at the top level of Curiosities and More in Dalaran. So I simply flew in, and right away you can see the note on the table, and the clue says, it begins in the 2104059 with a most pleasing sign. These letters will not always rhyme. So the first clue, of course, is going to be the number. The secret Discord community found out that 4/15/2009 is an anagram of 2104059. The anagram is, of course, the release date of patch 3.1 and the secrets of Ulduar. So, of course, with this anagram, it's not a coincidence. This leads the community to head towards Ulduar the raid and find the next part of the clue. The second part of the clue is a most pleasing sign. Turns out that the most pleasing sign involved with this clue is Mimiron's gear symbol. So what you have to do is go into the room of the boss XT, climbing up the northwest corner, and you will see a lever there. Press it and it will reveal a large group of lights in the center of the room. This is where you must turn the lights on to form the shape of Mimiron's gear symbol. When you successfully create Mimiron's gear with the lights, they will vanish and a note will be left with a few remaining lights. The next clue will read, 1,000 years imprisoned. Surely it wears on the mind. The mind is often referred to the old gods, and the clue of being imprisoned for 1,000 years immediately led to Cthulhu, one of the old gods. Head to Anchorage and defeat Cthulhu. After defeating Cthulhu, track back to 3 notable NPCs, and run past them, taking the stairs to the right. At the top of the stairs is an AQ version of the game Bejeweled. Click on the mind larva on the table and complete the game. Upon beating the game, a note will appear beside the mind larva reading, "Deeper than deep awaits your seat." This clue will lead you to Deepholm and into a deep cavern. Behind the worm that goes in circles is a fissure you can click on. Make sure your Hearthstone is not on cooldown, as you will be trapped in the cave forever with no escape. Well, not forever, but until your Hearthstone cooldown comes back off. When you enter the fissure, you will be stuck in a deep cavern with nothing but a chair containing a skull on it, and a note on the back of the chair. Upon reading the note, it says, "Supremacy, get Shirk Eek." This is an anagram for Raxum Greep is the key, which leads to a goblin named Raxum Greep residing in Ratchet. Players stared at Raxum in Ratchet, discovering that perhaps what he wears is the key. It turns out that the community was correct. The Shadowweave mask that Raxum Greep wears is required for the next clue. The Shadowweave mask can be bought on the auction house or crafted by the tailors. The recipe itself is found off Dark Iron Steamsmiths in Searing Gorge, so if you don't want to pay a hefty amount of gold for the helmet or the recipe, simply go to Searing Gorge, farm the recipe, and then create it yourself. Once you've got a hold of a Shadowweave mask, head back to the fissure in Deepholm. Before you take the fissure though, make sure you equip the mask, otherwise you will not get the clue. When you enter the fissure with a Shadowweave mask equipped, you will now be able to interact with the skull. Interacting with the skull provides you with the next clue. Where the shaded delegate may appear. The Shaded Delegate is a reference to a rare spawn in Gnomergan called the Dark Iron Ambassador. Head to Gnomergan, and once you are inside, head to the workshop area. Keep in mind, if you are a Horde, you can simply take a Orgrimmar Zeppelin to Gromgol Base Camp in Stranglethorn, and then in Gromgol Base Camp is a teleporter right into the instance. So if you're Horde, take that shortcut. It's pretty easy. In the workshop is a note with binary written on it. Below the note is a number of machines where you input the code. The community discovered that the binary references a number of pep battle attacks, specifically Falling Murloc, Mighty Charge, and I-Beam, which they deal 684, 560, and 1110 damage. Putting the numbers together gives you 684, 560, 1110. The next line of instructions says 180, which is a clue to reverse the number. The number now becomes 01110658486. The final line of instructions says +1, meaning to add 1 to each number. The remaining number is now 1222176 Input the number in each machine and it will unlock the next clue. Games and toys are left behind when you awaken screaming. This clue was interpreted as a clue towards Val'sharah. Within a small house located in northeastern Val'sharah, you will find a nightmare puzzle made by Il'gynoth. Just like the AQ Bejeweled, you must beat this minigame to receive the next clue. In this game, you will have a line attached to 2 points. Move the points around until every line is not touching each other. You will know you did it right when the line turns from red to blue. Once all of the lines are blue, the game will end and you will get your next clue. What you seek is buried within. The next clue takes you to Kunlai's summit within the Tomb of Secrets. Entering the Tomb of Secrets, head straight past the statues and trolls and you will see an urn on the table. Activate the urn and you will be taken to the hardest part of the riddle. This is where you want to set aside some time because this can be RNG related and it's taken the average player between 30 minutes if you're lucky and up to say 6 hours. So definitely set aside some time for this final riddle. Once you've consumed the ashes from the urn, you will be teleported to the Endless Halls, a random maze with no map. For this riddle, I highly recommend you map out your rooms. For tips on this, check out Celestalon himself tweeted out how he completed it, which is the same strategy I and many others used. While mapping out the rooms, it is important to remember that there are 5 colored orbs which you must pick up and return to 5 colored runes. The colors are red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. You can only hold 1 orb color at a time, and once you bring one to a rune successfully, it will completely disappear, so keep that in mind if you are going to use the runes and orbs as ways to navigate through the rooms. Some players chose to not bring orbs back at all until they found all of the runes and all of the orbs in terms of their colors. That way they knew exactly where they were when they mapped it out. If you get lost or stuck, some players have said that relogging will place you back in the original starting room. Once you've brought all the colored orbs to their runes, you will be teleported back to the original room and a clue will appear on the altar. The way is now open to the greatest secret never told, a fitting end to your journey. This final clue hints towards the Forgotten Crypt, a well-known and partially completed area in Karazhan. The crypt has existed from the game's earliest releases, but was never completed or opened. Until now, the only way to explore it was through exploitation, and now, when you read the clue from the Endless Halls, it permanently opens the Forgotten Crypt for your character. Looks like they found some use for it finally. So overall, I really enjoyed this event. This is something that reminds me of old WoW. You did not just focus on raiding and PvP all day, every day. Something completely out of the ordinary, something different once in a while like this. It's just absolutely amazing. I hope Blizzard does a lot more of this. A little bit less of endless halls. I wasn't a big fan of that, even though I managed to get it. It didn't take me too long. I don't know what the timestamp is. I'm sure it's easy to check back in the video from when I first went in, and then of course when I found that green rune finally. I think it might have taken me like an hour. I'm completely guessing, by the way. I have no idea how long it took me. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Anyone that was a part of the secret Discord community, if you see this and you were involved in finding one of the clues, please let me know how you found it out, because one of the most amazing things about this is, how do you guys find this stuff? Like, how did you realize that it was Ulduar? How did you realize it was a lever? How did you realize it was Mimiron's gear? Like, all these different things. I'm just sitting here like, how do you guys figure this stuff out? Or like the anagram for, what was it, Raxum Greep or something like that, the Goblin and Ratchet. How did you guys know it was him? And how did you know it was the helmet? Like, there are all these little bits and pieces from this riddle, and I'm just sitting here baffled about how you guys find this stuff. It's crazy. So if any of you guys from that Discord community finds this video, and please just let me know how you guys did it, because I'm very fascinated in how you guys come up with these ideas and actually find the clues. So overall, there's the chest. I really loved running into Helter here. Helter is also a content creator. Check him out on Warcraft movies and YouTube. Helter 1, Helter 2, he has a couple other videos. Big fan of his videos. His rogue gameplay is kind of like me in the sense of playing on Emerald Dream and making videos, and running into him at the end of this at the same time, and we pick it up at the same time. Cherry on top of this whole adventure. Instead of just picking it up by myself, I found somebody I know on Emerald Dream, talk to him once in a while. It's just really cool. 2 YouTube content creators just coming together out of nowhere completely, and then we just add each other here in the party, and then we find it together. Really cool. Overall, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, kind of going over the story and my adventure here of this secret mount. I hope it helps you guys out, and I'll see you next time.